Hello and welcome back to the channel. So for today's activity, we are going to be sprucing up this little basket that I have. And this is actually the basket that faux tree back there sits in. I've had this basket since 2017. And in case you're curious as to how I know that, when I was taking the tree out of the basket for this video, the receipt was actually inside the basket. I'm proud to say that the actual price tag was not on the basket, but I did have the receipt and I was able to see that I got this basket in 2017. I've had this basket there obviously, and I would say, well, it's been about a year now that I have been wanting to spruce it up. So I got this, like I said, a long time ago, and this was when we were back in our old house it was an old house, back in our house in Florida, and it had much more of a modern farmhouse type of look. And so that fake tree in this basket was in our living room, and hence like the colors, everything just went well. Of course, it came along with us during the move, and I've had it here. And for the longest time, I've been wanting to just spruce it up a little bit so that it is not as, just kind of plain and simple whatnot. And so I thought about adding like a tassel garland to add a little bit more colors to it and so forth. And so it's been a project that has been on my mind for some time now. I even got some of the supplies that I needed to do it, just never got around to it, but we are making that happen today. So really the idea, hopefully it's not difficult. I think it shouldn't be difficult, but really is the idea is to make a tassel garland that I'll have go from maybe I'm thinking droop it down just so that there's like kind of 2 rows to it. And I have a yarn that I purchased a while back that I dug out. And they are kind of like these jewel toned colors. I don't know if I can hold all of them. Let's see, one more. There's one more. They're like these jewel toned colors, and that's because I have these curtains from, I don't know if I'll be able to pull them over here. And these curtains that I got from, oh yeah, you can kind of see it, from Anthropologie. Absolutely love it. But that is the curtains that I have in this room. And so I really wanted to get colors that coordinated with this. And so these are the colors that I chose. So I have this, and this is what I'll make the tassel with. And I did get a couple extra things this week that I didn't have. So I did purchase this, I don't know what, twine. I did purchase this twine. I got it in the paper craft supply section where there's like all the washi tape. I did purchase this one, and I like this one because I had some white, but it had a little bit of like gold accents in it. So I thought that would be nice. And the idea with this would be like the string that holds all the tassels. And I just went with the white because I thought it can kind of balance the white that's down here. So that will hold the tassels themselves. And then one of the things that I have has annoyed me about this basket with that tree is the actual base of that tree is pretty small. And so when I have to move it, it's small, and it's also, I have there are these like cylinder foam, styrofoam type of pieces that I put in there just to give a little bit of height to the tree because it is a little bit on the shorter side. So because it's big and I have like things in there, it's very unstable. So when I have to move this basket in the tree, it's like I have to do it very strategically. Otherwise the tree is just falling all over the place and it's just annoying. So I want to also kind of stuff in the basket and just add a little bit more, like spaz it up a little bit. So one of the things that I got, and I don't know if this is gonna work, this is my attempt, but I bought this stuffing, and I'm gonna use the stuffing to put around the base and hopefully provide a little bit more stability within the base itself so that it's not going all over the place. And then I wanted to kind of like dress it up a little bit on the top. So I purchased this faux greenery that is like, I guess like ivy. It's like garland. So I purchased this because I also had some flowers here already. I had some of these bushes. I actually have another vase that's on my another part, within another part of this room that has these florals. And so I had extra florals. So I thought it'd be fun to include this in the base of this and just spruce it up so it's not just kind of plain. And then I have another fun, exciting idea that might be a little extra, but it wouldn't be me and my office if it wasn't extra. And that is to somehow incorporate flamingos. Let me see if I can pull these out for you guys. These. This is one of those random finds at, I think it was like Marshall's. Yeah, that I got at Marshall's. You know, Marshall's, Home Goods, TJ Maxx used to be very dangerous for me because I would just go in there and just come across the most random things. And because I've learned in the past that sometimes I'll see things that I like at Marshall's and that or one of these stores, and then I'm like, oh, I'm not sure about it. And then I leave the store and then I keep on thinking about the item and I'm like, oh, I want to go get it. So I'll go back and then it's gone. So over time, I've learned that if I see something I like, I just grab it and I take it because there's not a possibility that it's going to be there. So this was one of those. I saw it, I grabbed it, and yeah, it's been in this container because I know I want it somewhere in my room, but I just haven't really used it. So I'm thinking, and we'll see if this works or not. I know it's supposed to be outdoors, but I'm thinking I might put it within this basket under this tree. So we'll see if this actually works out, but I thought that'd be a fun way to incorporate the flamingos that I purchased on a whim and yeah, add some fun to the room. So that is what we're going to do. We're going to make the tassel garland and then we're going to spruce up this tree. So let's get started. Okay, so I think that how I'm going to attempt to make a tassel, because I've never made one before, but I feel like I could kind of figure out how it's done. I cut off a piece of cardboard that's going to be basically the length that I want the tassel to be. So I don't want the tassel to be very large, right? Because it's going to go in that basket and I want there to be layers. So I think this is like a good size. And I cut off 2 strings. So 1 string will be what I'll use to kind of do the top hook. And then I cut off a longer string, which is what I will use to tie the little part up top so that I can then cut the bottom piece and make fringe. It all makes sense in my head. We'll see if it actually works. So my thought is I'm going to just take some string from here, and then I'm going to kind of hold from one end, and I'm just going to loop it however many times to create the tassel part. I'm going to count in my head how many times I do it so that it's the same thickness for all of them. Okay, I'm going to attempt doing it 15 times. I feel like this is a pretty good thickness. We'll see. I'm going to use, I have this like wooden needle that I use. There was a time, I think it was like actually back in 2020, where I started doing knitting or just like learning how to knit. I knit 2 beanies, very proud of myself. But this was nice because this is how you sewed on the little poof ball on top of the beanie, and I kept this. And so I'm going to use this to just at least pull it through the string through this back part like this. Okay, I'm just gonna do that. Probably shouldn't have done so much of it because I still want some of it to stay out. Okay, like that. There we go. So I'm going to basically create this and kind of knot it. I don't know how I want to knot it. I'm just going to do a double knot for now. We'll see how that goes. So I'm going to double knot it like that. Once, twice. Okay, so I'm going to do that. That's working good, like that. I'm going to go ahead and cut this here. And then I'm gonna pull this off. Without giving myself a paper cut. Okay. All right, so it's still looped up. And then what I'm thinking I do is I'll hold like that part like that. And then I'm gonna tie this string a little bit around the top. Sebastian is a bouncer. He just had his bottle. So again, we don't know what noises might come out of him. So I apologize if you hear anything. Yeah, if you hear anything. Okay. So I'll probably do, thinking of like a loop like that much. And I just want to wrap this around a couple times. Feel like that would make most sense, right? I probably should have just like YouTubed how to do this. It's fine. I like to make things difficult for myself. I love a challenge. Okay, so let's see, I kind of created that little loop there. Let me double knot this. Okay. Okay. So far that's working out. All right. You good, bud? And then I should be able to just take from that other end, cut it like that, and a little baby tassel. Oh, that worked out great. Okay, I'm just gonna trim some of these ends. Right, buddy? Just like that. Yep. I'm gonna trim them just so that they will match. Okay. I don't know any other parents out there have a child that does not enjoy being in his bouncer or anything like car seat bouncer, anything that's like holding him in. It's not a fan of it. He wants to be free. Okay, buddy, I'll get you on just a moment. We just need to let that milk settle down. And voila, we got ourselves a little tassel. Okay, so basically I'm going to do that probably 10 more times because I think I'm going to do 2 of each color just to kind of see how that turns out. But using this makes it easy because then all the other ones should be the same size. So I'm going to continue on and make more of these tassels. So I've made all the tassels and look how cutie they came out. Using this little board was great. It made it such an easy template to just like make them all the same size and create them. So I've made 2 of each color. So I'm ready to start creating the banner. But little man down there is getting a little bit fussy. So it is getting closer to his nap time. So I may have to take a break to put him down. He's letting me know it's almost time. So I've been trying to think about how I'm going to attach these, and I think I'm just going to like just tie them to this string, and then yeah, probably have one strand. We'll have like one set of colors, and then I'll kind of do the opposite. But tassels are made. Next, what I'll work on is attaching them to this string. And yeah, we'll go from there. So far, it's coming along. All right, it's been several hours later. I probably look a little disheveled because we ran some errands and had food and so forth, but I did get around to finishing the tassel garland and I really like them. I think they turned out really cute. So I have them on this string. I have 2 different strings because again, I wanted to have like a layered effect. And here's the second one. So I was just initially kind of like looking at the, let me see if I can angle this a little bit, looking at the basket and trying to visualize where I want to place the garland, I guess we'll call this. And let me just kind of loosely put it here for visual purposes. And so that would be the top one, or at least this is what I'm thinking, the top one. But then I wanted to have a second one. And let me try moving this down. There we go. And I decided to try to alternate the other way to just have like a double effect. The problem is that the green stays in the middle. And that kind of bugs me. And I don't know. I was trying to think of different ways to order them. But I don't know. I can't quite figure it out. And maybe I just say whatever and kind of go with it. I mean, it doesn't look horrible, I guess. I guess it's not too bad. It kind of bugs me that there's two greens right next to each other. I don't know. I don't know. Is it that bad? I think I'll leave it like that. It's fine. It's fine. So, all right. So let me go ahead and move these a little bit higher. I'm just going to kind of loosely tie them here so that I could easily move it if I want to move it. And then let's keep getting snagged onto pieces. Okay. And same thing here, because I want it a little bit higher. Think about this. Just tie it to this thing. No, you guys can't see what I'm doing. Okay. All right, so that goes one strand. And then I was going to put it more lower. Wrong way. It's gonna flip it around so the colors aren't necessarily next to each other. Like this, but I'm gonna go a little bit closer, I think. And tie this around. How did I do that? Oh, I won't like this, okay. Tie this here. Okay. Then I'll put this a little bit closer. Like that. I tied it in a way that if I want to adjust the spacing, I can, and I'm glad I did that because it gives me a little bit more flexibility to do that. You know what I might do actually is I may just get rid of this bottom green, move this yellow here, and then the purple here, and that's why there will be 4 tassels on the bottom, 5 on top. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try something different. I believe I can use this contraption. Pull it over. There we go. There we go. Okay, then I'll move these down this way. This one that way. There you go. Okay, I'm happy with that. Oh, there we go. That's fun. Okay. All right, so now that that is done, the next thing that I want to do is try to fill in everything with like the stuffing, put the tree in there, and then try to do the floral like pieces on top. I think I'm gonna have to do that on the ground because I'll have to have the tree in there, and that's gonna be too tall for my table. So we're gonna move ourselves. Okay, so basket's down here. I'm trying not to talk too loud because Sebastian is napping. But I put one of these basically is on the base. It's underneath just to elevate a little bit. And then I'm going to keep this on top. I cut like a portion of this out so that I can slide it in and kind of have it tucked in so that I can put the flowers, like stick the flowers into this styrofoam. But before I start doing that, I want to use this stuffing to fill around inside to, again, just try to make that a little bit more secure so it doesn't wobble around anytime I have to move it. So that's what we're going to try to do. I think that's doing the job. Put this back in here. Okay, so far so good. Now I'm just gonna get the granary and start filling it in. So by no means am I a floral artist when it comes to floral arrangements, but it's not so bad. I am over here. It's not so bad. I think it's cute. It's probably a little busy, but I think she's cute. Now I'm gonna see if the flamingos work. If not, I may just leave it like this, but we'll give it a test. Are you ready for the big reveal? So it's probably a bit much, but it wouldn't be my room if it wasn't a bit much. I really need to do like a whole tour of my room so you can see how extra everything is, but I love it. Absolutely love it. I did try putting both flamingos in there. It didn't quite work out that way. It was a bit too much, as if it's not already a lot. It was a bit too much, but anyways, let me try to give you a different angle of this because it's not working right now, but I'm loving it. And here we go. There are the florals. There's flamingo, who now I need to name. In hindsight, I probably, let me see if we can get back a little bit. I probably would have done tassels and the flowers and the penguin, the flamingo. Because in reality, the tassels kind of get lost with everything else happening. So I probably wouldn't have done both, but at this point I'm a bit committed and I'm just gonna leave both up there. But you can kind of see how the tassels turned out. I like them. I thought they were cute. Just obviously it gets a little bit lost with everything else in it, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. She cute. She cute. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and just close out this video at my desk holding my phone because I really don't feel like putting back the whole setup. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's fun, exciting, cute, probably not practical for most people, but for my room and for what makes me happy, I think it's cute. I enjoyed it. I probably will, there's a good chance I'll probably move those tassels somewhere else, but in the meantime, at least I made it. Finally, I think after a year of saying I wanted to do it, I finally did it and I like how they turned out. So stay tuned for another video. I hope you guys have a great week.